It's the time of year when the airports are bustling with travelers. We headed to Cleveland Hopkins International Airport to find some tips and tricks for navigating through this holiday season.
So before you even head to the airport, we recommend checking our website. We've done some revamps to it in this year. So now not only can you get your flight status from our website, but you can also get the status of parking and the status of the checkpoint wait times as well. So this way you have no surprises when you get to the airport. You can see what parking structures are open, and you can see what checkpoints are the easiest to get through when you get here. We also recommend arriving 2 hours early. We can't stress that enough, especially if you arrive during one of our peak times. Our peak travel times are from 5 to 9 a.m., 11 to 1 p.m., and 4 to 6 p.m. It's even more crucial during those times to get to the airport 2 hours early because those are our busiest times. Also, if you're parking to meet somebody at the airport, we only have one entity here that is an hourly parking rate, and that's our smart parking garage. If you park anywhere else, you'll be charged the daily rate. So we want to give people that tip so that they know, go to our smart parking garage so you aren't charged for a daily rate. If you are traveling with elderly or somebody who needs assistance, wheelchair, contact your airline before you get here. They can arrange the wheelchair service for you. Children, a lot of airlines will let you board your plane early to get settled into your seat. We just recommend having extra patience and, again, getting here even a little bit earlier if you have any special arrangements that you need to make. For anybody breastfeeding, we have our mother's room on Concourse B that they can utilize to breastfeed in some peace and quiet.
To save time when traveling, make sure you are not packing anything that is prohibited. National spokesperson for TSA, Mike England, shows us some examples.
I'm just going to go over a couple of items here that some of the more recent items that we found at the checkpoint right here at Cleveland International. First, some of the more common items, or maybe not so common, I should say. We found these gardening shears recently at one of our checkpoints. To a gardener, this looks like a tool. To us, of course, it looks like a weapon. So please leave it at home or check it if you need to travel with it. We found this pool cue, obviously, recently. Again, looks like to a pool player this is harmless, but again, this could be used as a weapon in the wrong hands. Another interesting item that we found was this sword cane. Looks like a regular cane. Unfortunately, inside a sword. And of course, your more conventional tools, your hammers, your screwdrivers. Again, to a contractor, these are tools. To someone with ill intent, these could be used as weapons. So you can travel with all of these items if you check them. So that's something that's really important to keep in mind. Also, remembering that if you have a laptop, you're traveling through the standard lane, you do need to take your laptop out, put it into its own bin so it can be screened properly. If you fail to remove your laptop, that can cause a delay for yourself and everybody standing in line behind you. And finally, important thing to remember during the holiday season are gifts. If you have a gift that's fully wrapped, that's coming through the checkpoints, and we have to look inside of it for some reason, we're going to have to unwrap your present. Now, we'll do our best to wrap it well when we're done looking at it, but we're probably not going to do as good of a job as you would have done. So what we recommend is that you wrap your presents at your destination as opposed to bringing wrapped presents to the checkpoint. You can check any of these items here. You can check just like you would any other item. It's perfectly acceptable to check items such as this. The only dangerous item where there would be some special procedures would be a firearm. If you want to travel with a firearm, you can travel with it. You just have to check it, put it into a TSA approved case, make sure the ammunition is separated from the firearm, declare it to the airline and the TSA, but you can travel with those items. When it comes to liquids, you cannot bring liquids that are more than 3.4 ounces and not as so many liquids that can fit into a one quart-sized bag. It's important to arrive at the airport early. You want to be at the airport 2 hours in advance for a domestic flight, 3 hours for an international flight. Make sure you pack your bags properly and that you don't overpack your bags, because if the carry-on bag is overfilled, it makes it difficult for us to screen it. It makes it more likely that we're going to have to open up your bag, thus delaying you, and everyone's standing in line behind you. So it's important to pack your bags properly. And also, if you have questions about what you can or can't bring, visit tsa.gov. Find us on Twitter at AskTSA, or find us on Facebook.
TSA has mentioned in the past about gift wrap packages. They may have to open your package when you come through the checkpoint, and a lot of people are really disappointed in that, but hopefully they understand it's for the security of them and the other passengers around them. We recommend taking all your packages, putting them in a box, and FedEx or UPS them to your final destination, so you don't even have to worry about them going through security at all.
The sky won't be the only way people are commuting to their destination. The roads will see an increase in travel as well.
If you thought it was busy last year, get ready for this year because it's going to be even more busy. We're actually setting a record across the country at 107.3 million Americans who are traveling 50 miles or more away from home. About 6.4 million of them are going to be flying, and in this region alone, there's going to be about 1 million flying. 4.4 million people in Ohio are going to be driving. 4.1 million of them are going to be on the roads over the week between basically Christmas and New Year's Day. That's going to be busy. Make sure you're giving yourself plenty of time on the road as well. Make sure you're giving yourself at least an extra hour. Make sure you're planning ahead so that you're taking a stop every 100 miles or 2 hours. And if you have somebody with you in the car, don't be afraid to let them drive or let them navigate, handle the cell phone, play with the radio. That way your attention's on the road. Because with that many more people on the road, there's going to be more chances for crashes to occur. And you don't want to find yourself in a position where you're looking back saying, I wish I wouldn't have done that. And make sure your car's ready to go. If you're going 50 miles or more away from home, that increases the chances of something happening to your vehicle. And with the potentially colder temperatures coming, make sure your battery is set, make sure your battery's good to go. AAA expects to rescue about 1 million people over the week across the whole country. Top 3, dead batteries, lockouts, flat tires. Take some preventative steps, it'll go a long way. Consider all the costs of your trip. Consider the cost of the tolls, whether or not it's worth it to maybe use one of the Easy Pass systems if that's going to save you any money. Make sure you're considering the cost of the plane ticket like we talked about, those hidden fees that can come out of anywhere, and money may be tight as it is with buying gifts, so you don't want to find yourself paying more for the ticket than you originally anticipated.
For more information, visit the following websites: Safe travels and happy holidays.